So 1st and 10 now. Ball at the 30-yard line. And out in the flat here. And a nice move to get clear and pick up almost another 1st down. And I'm looking for the number. Looks like 14 looks like Clive Wolford, the tight end. Big tight end.
Exactly. Here's a tight end, what we call an arrow route, and he gets it out in the flat. And once again, really bad tackling by some of the Pahokee players, but you just can't square up on one player. That's what makes it so difficult defensively.
And if Clyde looks like a pretty impressive physical figure out there, here it is, 6'5", 225, and committed to the U of M. So now 1st and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. In the middle. Chisholm grinding. He's going to get about 4 yards on that play through some tough running.
Well, I like Glade's mixing it up. I think that's a real plan, because not only you get to run the ball and pass the ball, you also eat up kind of the clock, and Pahokee doesn't have the ball. So I think both teams are trying to balance it more than usual to get the big play.
All right, so 2nd and 5, or 2nd and 6. Looking to throw this time and going up the middle and getting a seam, and he's going to dive in for the touchdown. The Raiders back in the lead. That was Demetrius Evans, by the way, who had lined up at quarterback, apparently.
Well, that was quarterback draw all the way. If we get a replay on this, he had no intention of throwing this ball.
I could be wrong. No, I guess that was Thomas.
No, that was Thomas, but it was a quarterback draw. And the linebackers vacated the middle. He took off, and I'll tell you what, you talk about some guy that can run that spread option. Thomas is your guy.
And for the extra point, it is up, and it is no good. Antoine Dalfeis on the kick, and that's his 2nd extra point, or the 2nd missed extra point for the Raiders. So it will be 19-14, the Glade's lead at this point.
All right, here's the replay on the touchdown, and you're going to see him. He really has no intention of throwing this ball. He sees the opening, and he's going to turn it up. Now watch the move he makes at the goal line. Instead of going outside, he comes back inside and gets in the end zone with a great leap.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see. The ground called the fumble there, so that was good. He's going to see the seam. He's looking maybe for the fade, but I think he was going to run this ball the whole time. Now he's got much better than average speed also. Zach Allen misses the tackle, another missed tackle, and a great job. He broke the plane, and I don't think it's the last touchdown we're going to see.
I don't think so. We've got a barn burner here at Effie Greer Field. So set for the kickoff here. Alanda Shaw is going to be kicking. And it's a squibber that's going to be fielded like a hot shot to shortstop, and a move to, trying to get around here. Wow, scampering all over the place is to Joshua Johnson, and he does well to get about 5 or 6 yards, but he had to do a lot of work to get it. I don't like it when kick returners do that, and he's headed to Florida State, so
well, I'll tell you what, though, he probably ran 60 yards, and he wanted to take the ball up the right side. Watch what happens. He completely reverses his direction, and I'll tell you what, somebody who was the safety on this particular play made a pretty good play here, because he was the only person between him and the goal line.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. It's going to be at about the 22-yard line. The give off the left side and churning for some yardage. A nice burst there by Merrill Noel.
Yeah, that's a straight isolation play with the tailback following the fullback into the hole. And my guess is that these two teams will probably run the ball more tonight than they have most of the season.
Well, there are a lot of talented guys out in both secondaries, so throwing is a bit of a risk, but they have both found success on the ground thus far.
Check 1, 2.
Second down and 4. The give left side again. That's going to be good enough for a first down.
Now, keeping them honest on the defensive front is
that was
really done a good job on Pahokee. They have done an outstanding job blocking at the point of attack, and I think Coach Thompson wants to settle things down a little bit because you would like a nice long drive here and hopefully ending up in a score, but you don't want to give Glades the ball back at this point.
There's 5.5 to go in the first half, and it looks like Thompson would like to eat up some of that clock so Glades doesn't get another shot at it. This time, same give right over the left side to Noel, and Noel's going to get about 5 on that one.
Yep, and they've found something there on the left side. The offensive tackle, left tackle, and the offensive left guard are blocking at the point of attack, and believe me, it's going to pay dividends in the third and fourth quarter. One of the things that I do notice about both teams defensively, they tend to stand up and look for the ball carrier rather than just coming off low and keeping their body posture. So that can lead to big plays too.
So let's see what they do. They'll go on the right side here on second down, and trying to turn the corner is Noel, but there's going to be a flag in the backfield. Looks like that might be a hold against the Blue Devils. And let's see what we have.
Yeah, we're getting an inordinate amount of penalties. I don't know what the stats are on these two teams for penalties over this season, but it seems to me, here's the outside run here. The holding must have occurred back on the inside. We didn't see it.
The flag was thrown pretty quickly. And they are going to back them up. So after making some nice gains, it's all wiped out by one holding call. Now, which is going to bring up 2nd and 12.
Now, most of the teams I coached, Dan, in the 2nd and 12, we try to get some yards and punt the ball. I don't think this is a game plan here.
I do not think so. Taking some time here. Looks like there's going to be a timeout, I was going to say, because Johnson was all the way on the other side.
Yeah, there was some confusion on the sideline. Joshua Johnson was supposed to be in on that play, but he was on the sideline, and Coach Thompson saw they only had 10 players, so he called the timeout.
I was checking to see if our sideline reporter was up and ready, but I do not see that. So, so far it has been very close, and
well, you can't blink. I mean, you're going to miss something if you blink even a little bit. And that's what makes this whole rivalry thing so doggone exciting. It's just great football.
All right, let's go to Daryl Nail on the sideline. Daryl.
All right, I'm here with the hitman, Lewis Oliver, former player here at in Glade. You were born and raised here, played safety here, went on to play at Florida, and then the Miami Dolphins and Cincinnati Bengals. What brings you out to the Muck Bowl this time?
You got to come to the Muck Bowl. This is the best talent in the country right here. Everybody's here. All the scouts are here. The fans are here. Best football in the world.
Now, I heard you on the sideline, kind of in the ear of Coach Hester. What were you saying?
I was telling Coach that they're running a one deep safety, so the deep outs with the receivers are wide open all day. So that's what I was telling him. And then we threw Glade a big pass here on the side, so he's listening. And I saw these guys over the summer doing the Dolphins 7-on-7 teams down there in Miami, and they went on to win nationals. So I know some of the guys here.
Okay, so and Hester doesn't mind you doing that?
Well, he knows I know the game, so he's a little more likely to talk to me and listen to what I say. Being that we both played in the NFL.
All right, Mr. Oliver, thank you appreciate the time, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Daryl. Yeah, great to see Lewis out there, and a lot of other former Raiders and Blue Devils out here, and that play is going to be stopped right away as we had a little defensive line contact, I believe, by the same guy Isaiah Corbett, who came up with the sack on the previous play.
Right,
while we were talking to Lewis.
I was just going to point that out, that we missed a play where Corbett pretty much stayed in his lane and made the tackle. I think he might have been spying the quarterback on that, but 3rd and 10 is better than 3rd and 15, obviously.
That's right. All right, so Joshua Johnson in the shotgun this time, and we have another flag. And I think the Glades folks anyway are saying that there was movement on the Pahokee side. Well, let's see. And yeah, they're right.
Yeah.
So far, a lot of penalties, but I did mention this a few minutes ago.
Well, I'll
it's
tell you
still a very
what.
exciting game.
Oh, absolutely, but some of these motion penalties, like that one was a little shaky because he really didn't go in motion. But we're getting them. It's just anxiousness. That's all it is.
Well, it is a big game, and they want to win it so badly. So 3rd and 15 now. Johnson back to throw. He's got good protection. Got a man, but he just threw it a little bit too low, and it skipped as he was looking for Dennis Hall over the middle.
Well, that
now let's see if we have a punt here on 4th down.
Well, that time, surprisingly, Dan, I thought he was going to pull it down and run it again. But at the last minute, he did see his receiver open in the middle of the field. He just couldn't quite get the ball to him. He got the nose down, and as Dan said, he skipped it to him. Hey, a punt.
Right. So we're going to see our first punt here. And Pickett is the man with the punting duties for the Blue Devils. And it's not a very good one. Wobbly, but it's going to get a good bounce. And the Blue Devils are going to let it roll down to about the 31-yard line.
Dan, did I see Pickett selling barbecue before the game, too?
He does.
Is there anything he doesn't do?
He does everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he certainly does. And like I said, there's going to be some very happy, West Virginia is going to be very happy to get this guy. Certainly multi-talented.
This is a very, very important series for Pahokee. Extremely important. Because you go into the halftime 1-score down, it's just an even ball game. But if Glades can go down and score before the half, it's really going to give them an advantage going into the second half.
Yeah, that is a good point. So Glades has 2:28 to see if they can get it done. Certainly more than enough time, judging by their former scoring drives. From the gun, Thomas over the middle, and he's got a man who catches his tight end, Clyde Walford, and a big target there who can go up and get the ball. There's, I guarantee you, nobody in the secondary nearly the height of Walford.
Yeah, Miami's getting a good one here because this kid will bulk up too, but I'm telling you, I still am so impressed with the quarterback from Glade Central. This kid knows how to throw the football. And it's like an arsenal. You've got all these guns, and you can pick any one you want, and they all fire.
So a big pickup there, and 1st and 10 for the Raiders now. Yep, that one is going to be stopped right away. Ball comes out, but they're going to say he was down. A nice play there. Rontavius Atkins was one of the 2 Blue Devils who came in to stop that play.
Yeah, Rontavius really was not blocked on the play, but did you notice how he stood his ground instead of trying to hit him? He was going to tackle him, and that's the difference. That's the difference in getting the guy on the ground, and that's important.
Hey, well, I got a second, Bill. I did mention her name, but we want to, again, special thanks to City Councilwoman Diane Walker, who went out, knocked on doors for us, asked for the community support, and this game would definitely not have been possible without her efforts. Thank you, Diane. 2nd and 12 now. Thomas back, getting some pressure, trying to get away, and somehow he does. I don't believe it. Now he lets go a long one downfield. Jump ball, like they got it. What a catch. What a diving catch by guess who? Gregory Dent, who was having a career in the first half.
Now
unbelievable.
See, that's not coaching. I can go out on a limb here and say that's not coaching.